What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus package update, stimulus check update, daily news, everything going on here in our country, in Washington, D.C., the economy, money, investing, the stock market, everything you need to know about on a daily basis. If you're new to our YouTube channel and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new videos. New videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you find these videos helpful, don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. I will keep you up to date with everything going on here in our country and in relation to multiple different stimulus packages and executive orders and state stimulus. There's multiple different things going on here on a daily basis. Also, Democratic leadership are calling for the president to pass pieces and parts and or as much as they can through presidential executive order. We're going to be going over that in this video. We're going to be hearing from them directly through video and possibly passing stimulus through presidential executive order. We got a lot to talk about in this video. Let's jump right in. There's a lot going on here. Also, I'm giving away $2,000 in total to our viewers if you can guess what's in this box right here in our What's in the Box contest. I'll be giving you more details on that at the end of this video and a clue to what is in that box. So make sure you watch all the way to the end of this video. Okay, the first American has died of the new Omicron variant. As you can see here from this headline, the first American to die of the Omicron variant was an unvaccinated Texan man who had previously caught COVID-19. So he had previously caught the virus. So he had, I guess, had antibodies already from the virus, had now caught Omicron, and has passed away from the virus. Yeah, very, very sad. The first American believed to have died from the Omicron variant was an unvaccinated man from Texas who had already had the virus once before, county officials said. The man, a Harris County, Texas resident between the ages of 50 and 60 years old, was a high-risk patient due to underlying conditions and was unvaccinated. A press release from the county said he died yesterday on Monday. County officials said, quote, "This is a reminder of the severity of this virus and its variants. We urge all, quote, we urge all residents who qualify to get vaccinated and get their booster shots if they have not already. Our thoughts and prayers are with the patient's family, and we extend our deepest sympathies." Also, get this, the CDC is reporting that the new Omicron variant is now up to 73% of all new cases here in the United States in just 2 weeks. That's how fast this is spreading, which is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. I just can't even imagine how this is possible, but apparently it is. Yeah, that's just absolutely mind-blowing here. So the Omicron variant now accounts for up to 73% of all sequenced virus cases in the U.S., the Center for Disease Control and Prevention reported Monday. Previously, the Delta variant was the dominant strain nationwide, and that changed last week. Just 26% of sequenced cases were Delta for the week ending December 18th, according to the CDC data. Yeah, that is just absolutely just mind-blowing that it can happen that fast. This is one of the main reasons why House Democrats are calling for another COVID relief, a stimulus package, a emergency stimulus package because of how bad cases are here. And we're setting record cases in multiple different areas, multiple different states here across the United States. And the virus is in multiple different areas the worst it has ever been here in the history of this virus. And we think it's been going on for almost 2 years now. And it's at its worst here now. So it does make sense that we would have another stimulus or virus relief package because, well, it's at its worst it's ever been. And Democrats are now calling for presidential executive order to pass pieces and parts of the agenda through executive order. Yeah, we're going to be hearing from Pramila Jayapal here, who's the leader of the Democratic Progressive Caucus. She leads 96 members from the House of Representatives here. She's calling on President Biden to pass stimulus, possibly stimulus checks, parts of the Build Back Better plan, to pass it through executive order. In fact, here she is right now with urging President Biden to just go ahead, use his presidential executive orders and bypass Joe Manchin. Here she is.
Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, official optimist of the Rachel Maddow Show. Thank you for joining us on what is a hard day to be the perpetual optimist.
It is really true, but I'm not giving up the role. But I always tell you the truth. And I think the truth needed to be told here, Rachel, which was that Senator Manchin did make a commitment to the president on the framework that the president, unveiled to us the day before he went to COP. And that framework, Rachel, would never have happened had the Progressive Caucus in the House not stood up and refused to pass the infrastructure bill until we got that framework and then until we got the legislative text. But I do believe that Senator Manchin has said many things. And look, he's a nice man. I have had good conversations with him. But I had to be clear that your word is everything around here. You can't enter into negotiations if you are not going to be an honest negotiator. And if you are not going to keep your word to the president of the United States. The president told me that Senator Manchin committed to that framework. And if there were things that weren't matching that framework, then you wouldn't go on Fox News the Sunday before Christmas and make a case that the Build Back Better Act is done and that it's reshaping the country in a way that is untruthful, frankly, but is reshaping the country in a way that's not beneficial for the American people. Rachel, we are in the midst of COVID. I think you're sitting in New York somewhere where Omicron is hitting hard. And the Build Back Better Act is about making sure we have elder care so that when people are suffering from COVID, they can be taken care of at home. It is about making sure we reduce the premiums for people to be able to get health care coverage in a country where I agree with Senator Sanders. We are the writers of the Medicare for All bill. We should have a different system, but at least we should bring down the costs of being able to get health care for people. The Build Back Better Act is about making sure we pay $35 for insulin instead of hundreds and hundreds of dollars or driving across the Canadian border. It is about making sure that we give people the ability to have childcare in a time when we've had a she-cession. Women have been pushed out of the economy and they're waiting. So these are real people. And the child tax credit, which is now not going to go out in January or February or probably March, means that millions of Americans are now going to be pushed back into poverty at a time when the virus is back on the surge. So yes, it is a tremendous frustration because we all thought we were negotiating in good faith. And the optimist in chief of the Rachel Maddow Show says that the things that we are working on are hard. They are. If they were done, if they were easy, they would be done. They're not. They're hard, and we can't give up, and we won't give up. And that's why we will pursue a two-track strategy now to both push for the Build Back Better legislation to pass the Senate. And we are also calling on the president to take some significant executive actions that will make people's lives better today, and that will also put pressure on continuing to get legislation through instead of doing it through executive action. So we'll have a two-track process here. We're not giving up, but it's a hard day, I'll be honest.
Here was White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki being asked about if the president is willing to use presidential executive order yesterday. This was the first time she had heard about it. Check this out.
Yeah, thank you, Jen. In a press call this afternoon, Representative Jayapal, chair, one of the House Progressive Caucus, called on President Biden to pursue executive action to pass components of the Build Back Better legislation. Is this something that the White House would consider or even thinks is a realistic possibility to pass some of these elements?
Well, I haven't had a chance to discuss Representative Jayapal's call with our legislative team. I'm not aware of that being under discussion. Obviously, we have used executive authority and executive action for a range of steps to make a range of progress, and the president has not hesitated to do that. The benefit of legislation is obviously it makes it permanent, so there's a lot of value in that, but I can see if that's something more under active consideration.
Regarding communications with Senator Manchin, you've not said much on that. I mean, are you able to confirm that whether or not President Biden has reached out to the senator today?
I'm not going to detail contacts further. Go ahead.
Thanks. Just to drill down a little bit on that, moving forward, you've already taken Senator Manchin to the woodshed. You going to invite him back into the fold? Are you going to try to reach out to him?
Of course, and we conveyed yesterday that.
And secondly,
and I would also note the last sentence of my 2 sentences of the statement was, but we will not relent in the fight to help Americans with their child care, health care, prescription drug costs, and elder care. The fight for Build Back Better is too important to give up. We will find a way to move forward next year. It also made clear that we absolutely want to work with Senator Manchin and all Democrats to get this done.
Are you going to work with try to bring GOP members into the fold?
We would certainly welcome their efforts, or whether their support for lowering costs for the American people and driving up economic growth.
So yeah, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says that the president would not hesitate to use presidential executive order, and that they are now considering this now that House of Representative member Jayapal, who's the leader of the Democratic Progressive Caucus, has called upon the president to use presidential executive order. And the question is what will they use it for? Will they use it for stimulus checks? Will they use it to try to pass the child tax credits? Will they use it to pass pieces and parts of the Build Back Better agenda? What will they use it for? As you can see here, Democrats set to play hardball with Senator Joe Manchin. This is kind of a hardball strategy. This is basically kind of going around Senator Joe Manchin and passing things without his vote. This would kind of lower the package as well. Senator Joe Manchin has said he'd be willing to pass $1.75 trillion. Anything they pass through executive order, well, that means they pass without needing Joe Manchin's vote. Now, remember that President Biden has passed several things here recently. He passed the 25% permanent SNAP raise. That's a permanent raise that would go on here forever. He passed $11.5 billion of student loan raises, or student loan forgiveness. Yeah, as you can see here, President Biden's $11.5 billion in student loan forgiveness that has been passed this year, mostly for people with disabilities, their schools closed on them, their school defrauded them, or they're in public services and student loan forgiveness programs. So $11.5 billion. And in 2022, there's probably going to be billions and billions of dollars more. I will keep you up to date more as more of this comes through here on the show. Of course, President Biden has said that he would possibly be open to doing $10,000 or more of student loan forgiveness for everybody with student loans. And remember that the Biden administration also extended the student loan payment pause with interest and no payment penalties. They did this as well, also without Congress, until January 31st, 2022, which is next month. So this is another thing they did, done by the Biden administration, basically without Congress here. So this is another thing the Biden administration can do to help out over 40 million Americans. So they're now calling on the Biden administration to do this as well. It's a kind of stimulus type of program that would help out over 40 million Americans to have them not pay their student loans, pause the interest, pause the payments, because these payments are going to now start to be due at the end of next month as well. So there's multiple different things that President Biden can do through executive order or just through presidential order. And he did this, and he also did the 25% permanent SNAP increase as well. I believe that went into effect in November, but that went into effect as the pandemic temporary increase was ending. President Biden seen that the temporary pandemic boost was ending. That was from a previous stimulus package. So they went ahead and did the what they call the largest benefits increase in history on a permanent basis, 25%. So, and again, he did that without Congress as well. So there is multiple different things they can do through presidential order, and that is what Pramila Jayapal is now calling on the president to do, to pass pieces and parts of the Biden agenda through presidential executive order. Now, the question is, will we see stimulus checks passed through executive order? Will we see the child tax credit checks passed through executive order? Remember that former President Donald Trump did pass the $300 weekly checks. This is an article back from September of 2020 from CBS News. I'll bring it up here in this format. CBS News, Trump's $300 weekly checks, unemployment benefits extended to 6 weeks. He did this through presidential executive order, came out to a total of $1,800. And if I recall correctly, some states pitched in an extra $100 for $400. Some states pitched in $100 on their own to make it $400 per week, if I recall correctly. So again, former President Donald Trump did this through presidential executive order, and there is about $500 billion ish of leftover stimulus money that President Biden could use to do a presidential executive order and use money like this for a executive order. That's what former President Donald Trump used. He used a kind of a slush fund to use this unemployment benefit money, and that's where the money came from. Right now, there's over $500 billion or somewhere around that in leftover stimulus money that President Biden could use for stimulus checks or anything they want to use of that type of magnitude. Or I don't know if he could use it for the child tax credits. I guess he could probably use that for that as well. It really just depends on what they want to use it for. But in my opinion, the precedence is kind of there. Former President Donald Trump was able to do it. Biden should be able to do it as well through executive order. One guy could do it. The other guy should be able to do it as well through executive order. It's kind of already been done. Okay, and now for our clue to what's in the box. If you can guess what's in this box, you could win money directly from me. Me and my wife, our family here, are giving away $2,000 here before Christmas in our What's in the Box contest, this box right here. So yeah, the way it works is if you can guess what's directly in the box, you could win money directly from us. The way it works is if you guess correctly, you'll be entered into the pool of people that have guessed correctly. From there, we will have randomly picked 20 people to win $100 each. There's probably going to be more than 20 people that guess correctly. If there is, 20 people will be picked to win $100 each at random. That's just kind of the fairest way to do it, okay? The comments will be picked at random to win $100 each, 20 people total, okay? And I'm going to give you a clue to what's in that box. All you have to do to guess is leave a comment down below. It's as simple as that. It's completely free to enter, okay? We're on clue number 9. Clue number 9. The clue is the item in the box was once worn in a famous portrait. Yeah, the clues are getting really good now. Okay? The item in the box was once worn in a famous portrait. Yeah, do you think you know what's in the box? Does that change your guess? Does that solidify your idea? Yeah, I know the clues are getting real juicy now. So yeah, if you think you know, comment down below. One more time. The item in the box was once worn in a famous portrait. Yeah, there'll be one more clue tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't forget to hit the like button for us down below. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. Help us reach our goal of 400,000 subscribers. It's completely free to subscribe. Just makes sure hit the subscribe button down below. It makes it so you don't miss out on new videos and help us reach our goal of 400,000 subscribers. And click the share button down below to share this video with your friends and family. The clue number 10 will be tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. And after that, tomorrow, we will be revealing the winners. We'll show them on screen. We're going to open the box. Maybe I'll have some more special guest appearances here tonight or tomorrow. And definitely make sure you watch the video from yesterday where I had my wife and son on with a special guest appearance with some Christmas cookies. Yeah, you definitely want to make sure you check that out as well. So click here to watch my newest video next, which is about $500 per month checks going out in certain areas, as well as at the end of the video, my wife and son with the Christmas cookies and the clue before this. I think it's clue number 8. So click on that video next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.